A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 16, verses 13 to 29. Passage taken from the Message version of the Bible. When Jesus arrived in the villages of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, "What are people saying about who the Son of Man is?" They replied, "Some think he is John the Baptizer, some say Elijah, some Jeremiah, or one of the other prophets." He pressed them, "And how about you? Who do you say I am?" Simon Peter said, "You're the Christ, the Messiah, the Son of the living God." Jesus came back. "God bless you, Simon, son of Jonah. You didn't get that answer out of books or from teachers. My Father in heaven, God himself, let you in on this secret of who I really am. And now I'm going to tell you who you really are. You are Peter, a rock. This is the rock on which I will put together my church. A church so expansive with energy that not even the gates of hell will be able to keep it out. And that's not all. You will have complete and free access to God's kingdom, keys to open any and every door. No more barriers between heaven and earth and heaven. A yes on earth is yes in heaven. A no on earth is no in heaven." The Gospel of the Lord.
Reflections on the Gospel according to Matthew chapter 16 verses 13 to 19. Bishop Joseph Ha, Auxiliary Bishop of Hong Kong, gave a beautiful reflection on the two pillars of the church, Saints Peter and Paul. What we celebrate is not just the two great apostles. Instead, we are celebrating the unity of the church, says the bishop. Peter and Paul were individuals with totally different characters, social background, and life situations. Peter was an illiterate fisherman, while Paul was well-educated Pharisee and trained under a renowned Rabbi. Jesus renamed Simon as Peter, which meant rock, symbolizing stability. Paul, on the other hand, was always on the move, traveled around and established numerous communities. When Paul and Peter met each other, they quarreled and fought severely. In Antioch, Paul publicly insulted Peter by calling him a hypocrite. They had more differences than what they had in common. In fact, they had just one thing in common: faith in Jesus as the Messiah, the Son of God who was killed and was risen. As a result, relations between the two apostles were restored. Peter, in his second letter, calls Paul our beloved brother. Together they gave their lives to Christ, and today we celebrate their feast together. Today, the church is thus celebrating the unity in spite of all its diversities. In spite of all the differences we have, the church invites us to confess our one faith in the Messiah. By handing over the keys of the kingdom to Peter, Jesus does not charge him to be the doorkeeper of paradise. Instead, he tells him to become an example to the flock. He entrusts him to open wide to all the entrance to the knowledge of Christ and of his gospel. The one who passes through the door opened by Peter with his profession of faith encounters salvation. Those who refuse remain excluded. The image of binding and loosing referred to the decisions on moral choices. It also indicates the power to make judgments of approval or condemnation of people's behavior, and thus to admit or to exclude them from the community. Today's gospel passage makes it clear that Peter is entrusted with a particular task in the church. It is he who always appears first, is called to feed the lambs and the sheep, and to sustain his brothers and sisters in the faith. Misunderstandings and disagreements are born from the way the service was done. Throughout the ages, many times, from being a sign of love and unity, the apostolic ministry became an expression of power. The exercise of this ministry is to be matched all the time with the gospel, so that the Bishop of Rome is for all, he who presides over charity. Let us continue to pray for the Pope and for the Petrine ministry, and that our faith in Jesus may keep all the people as brothers and sisters.